that would be joint pain. I think it's been getting worse. It feels like it's been getting worse. The pain is usually, I'm very aware of it throughout the day. In the mornings, it feels like it's worse. I'm more aware of it in the morning. And then throughout the day, it can kind of weave in and out, get a little better, but not completely gone. But opening my mouth really wide, that is kind of a given. It's just, my jaw gets tired, I feel like. I'm aware of it, of me using it a lot. That would be headaches or migraines. I was told I had migraines in the summer of 2013, so about 2 years ago. I remember telling my eye doctor that I had headaches maybe a couple years before that. I was given Topamax, and I was on that for about a year. It did help, but the side effects of the medication were not worth me taking it. So then I've been on a few different medicines to try to kind of help with that while I'm trying to figure out what to do to kind of just minimize or get rid of the migraines altogether. She has me on Paxil in hope that if it's a result of me clenching my teeth at night, that if it's due to stress or something, that would kind of aid in that sort of process, which ultimately would help with the migraines. A lot of times I feel it here. Currently I feel it here. I have just kind of had this cap of a migraine that has happened. Yeah, primarily in my, just kind of all the way around my eyes and my forehead. I had a mouth guard that I got in the summer of last year, of 2014, and I wore that for probably about 6 months. The headaches kind of minimized, and then at the beginning of this year, they gradually started coming back more intense. I was wearing it a couple months ago, I think. I just tossed it because it wasn't doing any good. And actually, I feel like after taking that out, they weren't as intense. I think it just aggravated it a little bit. So that has kind of affected it, but they're still there. They're still intense and stuff, but they're not as intense as they were when I had that. The eye pain. I guess being aware of it, I would say probably about the same length of time, about 2 years. My eyes are just, I'm very aware of my eyes a lot, where you shouldn't necessarily be aware of something that doesn't cause you pain. To touch them they're sensitive to touch, to put pressure on them at all. They're more sensitive to light, I think, than they used to be. I had a migraine this past week, and this is the first time that this has happened, but I had the migraine, and I took a nap, and our neighbor's house is right across the way, and out our window you can see their house, and the light reflects off of it into our living room, and I couldn't even look at it. I had to cover my eyes, and then when I woke up from my nap, both of my eyes initially, but then it gradually just my left eye wouldn't focus. It took probably about 10 to 20 minutes for it to focus regularly like it should be focusing. I think it is just kind of this, because when I say I'm aware of them a lot, I think it's because it feels like a pressure. I mean, it feels like there's just pressure there. I mean, it's just constantly there.
Well, I feel much better, of course. Occasionally I still have a headache or something, but compared to how I was when I first started, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know how to compare those two. I feel like my quality of life feels very different. It's improved drastically, yes. So I was having a really bad jaw pain, and I was obviously having migraines, jaw pain, and just sort of all these symptoms, and tender in ears, my eyes, vision problems sometimes, and stuff like that. So I had gone to my just regular dentist, and he had recommended some process that I wasn't quite understanding what he was talking about. So then I went to an orthodontist for a referral, just to kind of see like what his suggestions were. And then I went and got a second opinion from a different orthodontist, who then recommended me to Dr. Raman. And the thing that was convincing here was just, I felt like the amount of information that I got on like the testing that we did, and then the amount of information based off of that testing felt like it was clear. It was convincing enough to me to decide that I wanted to do this. The process was long. You, or Dr. Raman, and Melissa were great the whole time, and I'm grateful that you guys were the ones doing it and not other people. Whenever I did that, I noticed that whenever I had the orthotic in, and for 2 months, I did notice that the amount of headaches that I had went down. I feel like I still had jaw pain, but I feel like it did decrease a little bit, which is why we decided to go ahead and move forward with it. And then following that, I don't remember how long it took for me to feel like I started to not have migraines on a regular basis, and for particularly my jaw pain to I would say it took probably, for me to feel like my old self again, I would say it probably took a good 5 months or something. I don't know if I was guessing, but it's been a long time. The migraines was one of my top issues, and the jaw pain also was kind of a primary issue. And then occasionally I would have eye sensitivity, and then sinus congestion. Tender ears, right. So all of those things, primarily migraines and the jaw pain were the biggest of them. Compared to what I was, how I felt before, I would say that it's probably 98%. Feel 98% better compared to how I was when I first started. The sinus congestion was the only thing that it did. I would say probably 80%. I do feel better in that area. Because my state of living at that point before I had this done was not sustainable. And so I feel like the decision to do it, I would do it again,